Hey guys, it's Jalen. Welcome back. I'm here today to share with you my update for my Palette Love series. This is a series where I basically rotate through my palette collection, and I typically roll in between 4 to 5 palettes every month. And I come back at the start of the month and share with you what I thought about the palettes. Am I keeping them? I also roll in between around 15 single eyeshadows that I want to just try once and make sure I like it and I want to keep it. Really the goal is just to use my palettes and use my singles. During the video, we'll pick new palettes and new single shadows for me to work on during the current month. So we're going to first go over the palettes that I worked on in the month of January. So let me share with you what I have here. I had some good ones this past month. I really loved everything I worked on. So the first one I'm going to share with you is a really old palette, but it's gorgeous. This is from Kat Von D. It's the Shade and Light Eye Contour Quad in Plum. I had panned one of these several years ago. I really love this. It's an all matte palette. Now, I remember this dark, when I panned this dark purple matte took me, I couldn't finish it. And I was fine with not finishing it. But I really enjoyed working on this. I think I try to use each of these palettes twice, and I used all 4 shades in this twice. It's so pretty. And one thing I love about all matte palettes is that you can, if you have singles that you love, I think this only works if you are if you have single shadows. So you can pair whatever singles you want. And I definitely have a nice singles collection, so I had fun with that. But it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It makes a really beautiful eyeshadow look, matte eyeshadow look. I really enjoyed it. Okay, the next little mini palette I have is by Too Faced. It's this little Tickled Peach palette. This was super cute too. I really did like this one. It was fun to play with. I haven't played around with too many Too Faced palettes. I mean, I definitely have some Too Faced, but not a ton. I didn't always go for their holiday palettes. But yeah, this was really cute. I had fun with these shades. It's really pretty. So yeah, there's 2 mattes here. No, there's 3 mattes. Yeah, there's 3 mattes in this palette and the rest are shimmers. And they all blended out really, really nice. And the shimmers were really pretty. Here's the color story. And yeah, it was really pretty. I didn't use every single shade in this palette. I don't think I used, honestly, now I can't remember. I don't think I used one of these. I don't think I used this purple because I have a shade very similar in one of my Pan and Every palette shadows. So if I was going to use a shade like that, it was going to be in that palette. But yeah, really pretty, really cute. I really enjoyed that. Stupid gnat. Okay, the next one up I have is by Colourpop. It's the Gimme Butterflies palette. And this one's really pretty. I didn't end up digging out the glitters, which I still need to. And there are 2 glitters in here. It's this one and this purpley one. So both of those need to come out because I won't use those. I think by taking out those 2, it ends up being a very pink and a bit more of a warmer palette, I think, than, initially. I feel like this purple kind of cools it down a bit. And so does this, actually. It kind of cools it down. But yeah, it ends up being very much of a warm palette. But it was really pretty. This shade here, Glider, is beautiful. I thought this was really pretty. I mean, I enjoyed using it. I didn't use this shade here, this shade Making Moves, because it's very similar to the matte shadow I'm working on in the Too Faced Just Peachy mattes. So I didn't use that one. But I didn't use this bright pink shimmer, but I used a lot of these in here. I'm not swatching the glitters. I don't want to get glitter everywhere. They're a little bit powdery. Some of the shades are a little bit powdery, but, you know, it's Colourpop, so you just have to remember that they're It's a, you know, less than $15 palette. But the eyeshadow looks real beautiful. And this last shade here, I love the tone of this. The glitters did mostly blend away. So there's the color story without the glitters. I really loved it. I thought it was really pretty. I mean, this shade is stunning, and I thought it blended out really beautifully. Pretty. Loved it. Not going anywhere. Next up is the Ace Beauté, I think it's Beauté, Falling For You palette. I totally forgot that I had this palette. I recently got it in a BoxyCharm. I loved this. I was really surprised, but both times I used this, I loved it. Now, I did not use the oranges, and I didn't use this gold, but I think I pretty much dipped into the other ones, and they were so pretty. I mean, this palette is really pretty. I may not have used Apple. It's really pretty. I mean, a really gorgeous palette. It shocked me. To be honest. This cranberry shade is gorgeous. Oh, and chestnut. You think it's a black, but it's not. It's like a blackened plummy purple. There we go. Where's the color story? It's so pretty. Like, again, I won't use those last three shades, but everything else was just stunning. So pretty. All right, next up, this is the fifth one. We had six palettes. 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 6 palettes this past month. The next one is by Bare Minerals. It's the Bare Sensuals palette. Ooh. You would think this palette looks so kind of boring and some of these shades look super like pale, but they go on the eyes beautifully. They blend out beautifully. Great cool tone palette. I was very impressed. Very impressed. Like a sexy, a very romantic palette. I think that's how I would describe it. There's no rhyme or reason to my swatches, but here we go. I mean, it's just a romantic palette. It's so pretty. I was so impressed by this. I'm so glad I have it. I'm sad they discontinued it. I can't remember if this is a limited edition palette or what, but it was beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, and the last palette was the palette that I picked for this month, and it's by Pat McGrath. It is the Utopian Dream palette. Oh, upside down. And this is what this one looks like. So, I don't think I've taken the plastic off the mirror. That's okay. This is beautiful. Beautiful. One thing I will say, I do find that this purple is a little out of place in this palette. I ended up using this in a totally different look that was not created with shades in this palette, which I find really interesting. I was kind of looking at this going, how would I use that? I want to use it, but how would I use it? And then I ended up doing a totally different, like a purple look that was not from this palette. But I think everything else in here works really well together. And it's gorgeous. Like this special shade. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And there's this duochrome that's really, really beautiful. The mattes blend themselves. There's the duochrome. Yeah, the mattes blend themselves. This matte here is like my favorite kind of tone of matte. I feel like it just goes with so many shades. Or so many looks, I should say. I just love those kinds of mattes. Yeah, I mean, I loved it. I don't think I used this corally shade or, you know, pinky coral because, again, I'm working on that shade in my Just Peachy Mattes. So if I was going to use a shade like that, I would have used that. But it's pretty. Yeah. It's a beautiful palette. I love it. Not going anywhere. All right, and then let me share with you the singles that I used. So I used 10 of my singles. So I used Mac de Bling, and I don't think I'm getting rid of anything. Yeah, no, I'm not getting rid of anything. I used Mac de Bling. This one, well, maybe. Hold on. Maybe this one I would get rid of. I think this one worked. It's just kind of... It's fine. I don't remember hating it. And I guess I should not go by... I should go by first impressions. Yeah, Mac... Oh, that was the candle. What the hell? Okay, I just moved my camera down because I felt like I was really low. I don't know why that was. I've been low for like 3 videos. Sydney Grace Greatest Gift. This is stunning. So pretty. Oh my gosh. Loved it. MAC. No, this is Makeup Geek Shimma Shimma. Great inner corner shade. You know, it seems to be kind of... It's very chalky. It's an older shade. I should probably try to use this up 1 year. 1 year. I need to use it up because it's definitely getting chalky. By the way, these wipes, no, they're awful. I don't like them. They don't stay wet for very long. Makeup Geek Blacklight. This is really pretty too. Yeah, a lot of the Makeup Geek shadows are starting to get a little chalky on me. I've had them for a long time. Sydney Grace. This is a bit more orange tone than I normally go for, but I, liked it. It was pretty. Oh, this was gorgeous. MAC Ruby Red pigment. Oh, this is so pretty. That one, it's a little bit crumbly, but oh my goodness. Sorry, there's a lot of janky swatches going on today. Colourpop on the Fence. Nice. Oh, I finally used this. This was Cliona Translucency. It took me a while to use this one just because I'm not really using pink right now. But I tried to power through a bunch of my pinks. Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. And lastly, I have MAC Nylon, and this is a great inner corner shade. Oh, I'm sorry, that was not the last one. I also have NARS Himalaya, and it's in this dirty, very dirty compact. And here's the shade. And there's Himalaya. Nice taupey shade. So those were the 10 that I used up. Singles. So we get to pick 10 new singles, and based on the number, like the size of the palettes we'll either choose 5 or 6-ish new palettes for me to play around with one of them being a palette of my choosing. I have kind of liked to wait until I see kind of what the color story is before picking the next palette, because as an example, if I get like 4 super colorful palettes, I'll probably pick a neutral. If I get 4 neutral palettes, I'll probably pick something super colorful just to get some variety. So let me clear off this craziness, and then I will pull up my iPad and we'll get some new palettes chosen. You didn't tell me I had lipstick on my face. Why not? Why wouldn't you help a girl out? Oh shit, I'm spinning. Here we go. Haha. By the way, I use the website called Wheel of Names. I think my list may not be 100% updated, but I'm trying. Our first palette is the Studio Makeup On The Go eyeshadow palette in Warm Up. I did use the Cool Down palette a couple months ago, so now we have the Warm Down version. Okay. What's next? That's our first one. This is number 2. So the Natasha Denona 5 shadow palette. It's the holiday palette in Joya. Ooh, okay. Okay. Third one is the Tati Beauty Volume 1 palette. There's a lot of shadows in there. Okay. Number 4. Oh, this is brand new. The Wayne Goss, the Luxury Eye Palette. Okay, so that's 4. I'm going to pick the 5th one. And now let me pull up my singles spreadsheet or wheel, and we will pick 10 new singles. I feel like I have makeup all over my face. Okay, I don't think I've updated my singles list, and I did have a bunch of singles come in December, but that's okay. I'll update it hopefully before the next update. So we're going to pick 10 new singles. Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow in Chocolate Crumble. Another ABH shadow in Amber. Ooh, a Divina pressed pigment in Entice. It's one of her old shadows. Oh, okay. This is going to be interesting to try. This is a Buxom eyeshadow in Party Girl. That's in one of those like customizable palettes. But I've been wanting to try those to see if I want to keep it. All right. I think that's 4. This is 5. Strobe Cosmetics pressed eyeshadow in Unicorn Tears. Okay, that's a pretty one. Sydney Grace pressed pigment in Immortal. I think this is 7. Makeup Geek eyeshadow in Hot Pants. 8 is Urban Decay eyeshadow in X. 9. Love Luxe Beauty. And this is a highlighter that I use as an eyeshadow in the shade Next Level. And one more. And this is... this is probably going to be declutter. It's a pigment that I pressed into a shadow. It's by the brand Your Minerals. I think this was in a subscription box, and it's in the shade Brown Hypnotic. Okay, I need to try it. Maybe if it's getting that reaction from me, I shouldn't be keeping it. All right, let me go pull these palettes and shadows and pick my palette, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna have to go through this kind of quick because I have cat hair all over my face and a cat who is still in my lap begging for attention. Okay, so I'm gonna just pick the palettes that we have here, and then of course the one that I chose. The first one we have is by Wayne Goss. It's the Luxury Eye Palette in Imperial Topaz. So here is, if I can open it, here's what the palette looks like. The palettes we picked, all of them are pretty warm, to be honest. So I think I'm going to have a little bit of a challenge this month, kind of going through these, like picking, well, I shouldn't say that, like having a little bit of color variety. I'm not going to swatch the black. Oh, that last shade is really pretty. Because, yeah, these are very warm. So that's that palette. It's very pretty. I cannot wait to play with it. It's brand new. It came as part of the Wayne Goss mystery bags from Beautylish. The next one I have is by Natasha Denona, and this is the holiday palette in Joya. So this is warm, but still has some jewel tones in there. Now, I don't know about that yellow. It could be a topper though. We'll see. So here are the shades. These are really pretty. Oh, some of these shades are so pretty. So there is that one. That yellow is stunning. I may challenge myself to use it. Don't mess up my camera. I may challenge myself to use it. I may. Because it's like one of the few like colorful shades I have in this like selection we have here. Okay, the next one we have is from Studio Makeup. This was a subscription box palette. And this is the on-the-go eyeshadow palette in the Warm Up colorway. And he's, I think, got his fill. Here is the... Oh my god, that was so long. This is the color. Oh, this one's nice. I mean, I used the cool down one, like I think I said a couple of months ago, and it turned out really pretty. And this is a really old palette too. Cat hair everywhere. Everywhere. Now there's only 3 shimmers, and the rest of these are mattes. And I'm also not going to swatch the black because there is a black in here. So that's the color story. So again, pretty warm. But look at this one. Holy moly, that's a very shimmery shade. And then the last one that was randomly chosen was the Tati Beauty Volume 1 palette. And I did have this in my Pan and Every palette series. So I have hit pan in this shadow here. And I did choose that shadow. Here, let's go ahead and flip this back. Here we go. So I may play around with these glitters. I'm just going to swatch them. Does anybody have this and have they put these glitters on their eyes and had any issues? Let me know. I'm using a bit of a wet base to put these on. They don't seem super chunky. There is that. And they seem to come off somewhat easily. I mean, I still have a little bit left on my fingers. So those are the glitters. Yeah, let me know if you've used these. And maybe I'll swatch the metallics. They're not like super in your face metallics, to be honest. I mean, they're nice. They're kind of satiny. They're nice. I'm just gonna swatch these like sequin. And these sequins are like mattes with sparkle, which I'm not really into that. That was probably a really bad swatch move, but there's a lot of shadows in here. So I usually use palettes. See, this is I usually use palettes twice. I may try to use this one 3 times just to try to get some extra use on it because there's so many shadows in here, and maybe try to use like 3 columns, maybe 4, like just off the bat. Like, I'll probably definitely use this column. I'll incorporate this one into looks. Probably try to use this one, even though I have a lot of warm looks, warm palettes. And then this one. I doubt I'll use the orange. And I probably won't use the black column, because I just don't really like black or gray eyeshadow on me. So yeah, that's kind of the plan with this one. And then lastly, we have the palette I chose. Now, after looking at all the warmness, with all the palettes that we got kind of picked for me, I decided to pull this one. This is another new palette to my collection. And I went with a Huda Beauty palette that I just got. This is the Rose Quartz palette. And this is pretty cool toned. And I am pretty excited about this one. Now, I could have gone with the Natasha Denona Love palette, but I decided to go with this one. Because I was like, well, we need some cool tones. And this is newer, and I kind of wanted to play with it. There are some really beautiful shadows in here. Let me just swatch a few of these. Cosmic Love, Blissful, and Moon Magic. Oh, wow, wow, wow. And then the last two there are Energized and Self-Love. And then some of these really gorgeous mattes. Yeah, there we go. It'll be interesting to see how these lighter ones down here, like a pastel ones, perform on the eyes. But yeah, they're beautiful. So yeah, so those are just some of the swatches. I can't wait to play with it. Okay, so those are the palettes that I'll be working on, playing with. I try to use each of them twice. So now let me share with you the eyeshadows singles that I've pulled in. I do have 5 that are kind of rolled over from last month. So one of them is in like one of these. This is the Marc Jacobs Omega eyeshadow in Oh Yeah. I totally forgot about this one. To be honest, I was like, where did I pull that shadow? What project did I pull it in for? It was in this one. I just need to use it one time. Super pigmented. It's pretty. So there's that one. And then we had 4 pans. I actually used this one, but I want to use it again because I think I used it and I was like, nah, I'm going to use something else on top of it. This is a bit of a topper. It's Colourpop Mr. Sandman. It's a gorgeous shadow. I actually have pan in this one. Oh, yes. Oh, this is in a Bare Essentials, like pressed pigment in Drama. I think Drama. I just need to use it. And from Sydney Grace, right? Yeah, Sydney Grace, I have Peanut Butter. Another warm shade. It may not get used. I have too many warm shades right now. And this is from MAC. It is in the shade Swish. I dug my finger in there. Yeah, so those are all left over from last month. And then what we have rolling in from this month, in no particular order, from ABH, I have Chocolate Crumble. Kind of looks like this Bare Essentials pigment. Cat hair. All over me. From Urban Decay, I have the eyeshadow in X. This was in a Beauty A to Z project. And I hit pan on it, as you can see. This is really pretty. It's kind of like a duochrome pink, shadow with a pink flip. It's kind of hard to see, but it's really pretty. From Strobe Cosmetics, I think that's what this one is. I have, Unicorn Tears. That's very pretty. From ABH, I have Amber. From Divina, I have Entice. This is an old shadow from her. I haven't swatched this one in forever. It's not as blingy as some of her new ones. From Makeup Geek, I have Hot Pants. This is like MAC's Stars and Rockets. A lot of my Makeup Geek shadows are starting to get really powdery. Now this is that Your Minerals, I think, pigment in Brown Hypnotic. It's actually pretty, but again, it's pretty, it looks pretty lackluster on my hand. I don't know if it would look different over a glitter glue, so we'll see. From Sydney Grace, I have Immortal. Oh, pretty. From, I think this is from Love Lux Beauty. It's a highlighter that I would use as an eyeshadow. This is in Next Level. And this one, it'll be interesting to see what I end up thinking, because this has like that purple kind of duochrome shift, but I don't know if it has enough bling. You know what I mean? Like it may be a little bit too dull. Like the shift is nice, but it may be a bit dull. So we'll see. If I add Fix Plus, maybe it'll, it may amp it up. I'm going to try that right now. What happens if I add Fix Plus to you? I'm just curious. Makeup playtime. Yeah, I don't think that's doing, well, maybe, again, have to see it on the eyes. Definitely looks better. This is without anything. This is over glitter glue. This is glitter glue and Fix Plus. I just don't know if it would do enough for me to be like, wow. Like when you compare that to that, right? Things have come a long way since this came out. Not to fault the product, Things have come a long way since then. And then the last product, I believe, the last eyeshadow, is by Buxom. Now, this one looks a hot mess. Let me share with you. This is from their 5-pan customizable palette. Where did I put that? So they don't make these anymore from what I understand, but it was in one of these, and you would pull out, and these... What's this? And so this is the shade Party Girl. I bought this forever ago, and I swatched it while I was pulling all these out, and oh, she's powdery. Like, she is powdery, and she ain't got pigment either. Like, I was like, what's happening? Oh, I know. Okay, she's back. She's back. Okay, she's back. She has pigment. Oh, thank God. Okay, that makes me feel better. I may have had to like dig in there a little bit. But one thing I went ahead and pulled this out because A, I wanted to test that shadow. And B, these are singles, and they're currently being stored with my regular palettes. But they're in my inventory as singles. I want to see if there's a way to depot these. So I'm going to test that. I don't know how, because there's not I don't think there's anything on the back, that you would be able to push them out with. Has anyone tried to depot these? I may have to do some YouTube search and see. The rest of these seem fine. Yeah, but I want to depot these. Tangent. Fiddling around with makeup for too long. Okay, so I think there are some potential things that may not make it through this month. I see a few things that may not make it. We may have some declutters next month. And I kind of wish we had a few more like interesting palettes, not so many neutrals, but maybe that's just a reflection of how many neutral tone palettes I have in my collection. So, I mean, I am excited about some of the, you know, the newer ones that I got to play with. And, you know, honestly, I've had this one forever and I've never played with it. Story of my entire collection. So I mean, I shouldn't say I've never played with it because I'm pretty sure I have used these like topper shades, but I don't know that I've played at all with these. But I think I played with these topper shades. I'm going to force myself to use this somehow. I bet you this turns like an ugly color. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hi, Ziggy. Hi. I'm playing with makeup over here and he just decided to, okay, take a seat. Okay, so I'm playing with makeup, as I just said. I was playing with that yellow shade in the Natasha Denona Joya palette. I feel like that is a really pretty color. Right? Am I crazy? I don't know what I would use in the crease, but it looks like a unicorn skin. It is unicorn tears as a base. Okay. Use the yellow, but mix it with the purple to make the color you want. Okay, I'm done. I've been sitting here for way too long playing with eyeshadows. So much so that Ziggy's like, I'm just going to come in here and hang out with you and pass out. Hi, Zigster. Oh, baby, you're so sleepy. Okay. As my wild hair, what is this? Okay, guys, that is going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you are doing well and staying safe and have survived this long ass video. Please hit that subscribe video. Please hit that subscribe button and I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm here today to share with you my January, I guess, update. I never know how to do this. I think there's 5 left. There's the Marc Jacobs eyeshadow and Omega eyeshadow in Oh Yeah. Well, let me show you the ones I use first. Look who's with me. He needs some love. He had his pill today. I know. Come here. No. Hi, baby. Hey, sweetheart. Does your ear itch? Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Oi. Oi. Hi. He looks like a gremlin. You look like a gremlin. He's got the best paws. Hey. Thank you for the hugs. Can I finish my my video? Look at his toe floof. Look at that toe floof. Right, whenever I start filming, he's all up in my business. Hi. Don't scratch mommy. His like white whiskers kill me. You little white whiskers. Oh. Heart melting, heart melting. Hi. Hi. Oh. What are you doing? Hi. Okay, I have a very needy kitty. Like a child. Okay. So, and I'll probably have cat hair all over me. Sorry. So I'm going to go just pick the palettes that I have here. Oh, crap. Oh my God. Help me. Wow. Hot Mess Express. Hot Mess Express. Oh, I'm still recording. Oh, I have to take a picture. Wow. Oh my God. I do not deserve to be on YouTube. What am I doing? What is happening? My lipstick is such a hot mess. I'm a hot mess. Okay, bye.